It's not very often that you remember a poo, but this poo changed the course of all of our lives. Over the course of 2 days, airplane tickets were being booked. Dietary changes in the midst. This poo changed the direction of my life here. It was a bigger influence than any motivational speaker that I had come across to this point, and we need to discuss so it doesn't happen to you. So back when I was living with my mom, I'm trying to work out the perfect diet, and I invented the pasta cleanse. It was a wheat pasta dinner, fruit-based, till the dinner, but then you power up with gluten to propel you to the top. I remember feeling stronger days after I would consume pasta, and I was like, oh, there's something to this. I think I got it. I think I got the answer, the pasta cleanse. I don't know what that was, if the gluten was poisoning me, feeding the viruses, and then their strength was sent to my brain, pretending like, oh, it's your strength, really, but they're getting stronger and decrepitizing my body from the inside. I don't mind that. So I was eating pasta every night, and it was good times. I was enjoying it. It was super fun, especially after a day of fruit and veggies. You're just like, oh, pasta, the giant bowl. And it was, at that time, it was like carbs all the time, no matter what. So I'm breaking out in freak acne while the viruses have sex in my body, celebrating the fact that there's an abundance of gluten in the air. And things aren't working, so I switched it to whole wheat pasta. Life hack, super healthy, whole grains now. Look at me. The next day, I passed a baby-sized poo that ruptured it pushed aside my liver, bullied it to the side. It was just like, excuse me, sir, I'm passing now. Hope you don't mind. Big black guy moving through me. Look out for him. I somehow muster the strength to eliminate this thing from my body. I didn't learn the lesson that day. It took everything I had to get it out of me. And then I went back to that dinner. I bought the whole package. I only ate half the package the day before. So I continued this pasta cleanse, whole wheat. The next day is the poo that changed our lives. So I felt the storm of brewing. I headed to the bathroom thinking, this'll be normal. I've done this 100 times. Probably more than that. I'm 38 years old. The math doesn't add up on that one. That's not a healthy number. I get in there, I could tell immediately something wasn't right. And this thing, it's like, oh, it's not, there's no way. Why does it feel so big? It ain't coming out. It's like trying to stuff a loaf of bread through a keyhole. A freaking loaf of hard day-old bread. My virgin ass was holding a protest. It was like, no, you think you're coming this way? Enough of this. You stay where you are. Where our borders are closed. That can't fit through here. It's like a bridge with a height limit, and then a big old truck trying to come through. Like, there's limits here. It became very apparent that it wasn't gonna happen. It wasn't gonna fit through any autistic child could see the circle tube isn't gonna fit through the square. It wasn't gonna happen. But I pushed, and I persevered. It took a couple goes at it. I had to build up momentum. You couldn't just do it and get it out. It's like, okay, it's like a pregnant woman, just whatever that is, the diameter. I was crowning, and we went for it. I'll spare you the details. Not that I have so far, but we made it. Eventually. And I looked back. I was like, what the hell was that? How did I form that from food? Why is it that size? I'll never be the same. This thing was massive. It had no business being inside my body. It was so big. I was like, how? Fiber is supposed to give you more poo, like just more of it, not bigger sizes where it's like dangerous. I bled tears that day. It was an unbelievable achievement. I was proud, but it got me thinking, I've never had that kind of thing happen to me. And it's totally the whole wheat pasta, that fiber glued up in my body. It just swelled up with every liquid. It pooled every liquid I had in my brain into my colon area and swelled up, and it was becoming its own human being. It was gonna take over my body and start making the decisions here. Some say it still does. It won the battle that day. In fact, I'm not even controlling this whole ship. It won. That's the reality. I remember making a video the next day saying grains are terrible, why you should never eat them. I had a booger in my nose. I remember it. Nobody commented on it, of course. It's YouTube. They would never do that. Nobody even noticed it. Thank God. People noticed. A lot of people. So that major event had me rethinking everything. And I was like, I'm going back to 100% raw. I read the medical medium book. That started, raw is the truth. I started feeling better. The celery juice, I was like, oh, look at this. It's all flowing. My skin's clearing up for the first time on high carb. How is this possible? He's the truth. He's the spirit. That's why. So I changed my diet. I'm like, I'm moving to Thailand. I booked a flight. I sold all my shit. I moved across the country into Asia Town. And we all had the adventure of a lifetime. People keep telling me, go back to Thailand. Your videos were so much better. Stop this madness. Nobody wants to hear you talk about poo in your living room. Go back to the streets. It would not be the same. If I went back to Thailand, people would just be like, you've already done that. It's like Dan the Man. I know he gets a lot of comments. Oh, the RV days, bro. Go back to the RV. It's like, really? What's he gonna do there? As soon as he goes, it's like, oh, look, he's back at the RV. Still making a juice. I don't care about this. But I became a man out in Thailand. That poo, that big black bullet poo, changed who I am inside and then out. And then it sparked the adventure of a lifetime. And I made many poor decisions to follow. Much worse than the wheat pasta. We're talking 21-day water fast, breaking it with eggs, turpentine, all kinds of stuff. Fun stuff. Have you ever had a poo just that big? Just don't eat certain things. Some things swell up in the body. Like one of those little dinosaurs you throw in water and they go. Don't do it. Don't do it. I'm not a fan of grains. I don't care how healthy you are. Wheat. Some people eat wheat. All the time I see people chewing on crumpets and shit. They don't give a shit. This video had no purpose. I'm bored. I'm in quarantine. I still pass the time. Talk about poo. And you'll know love. That's for sure. So, I think I'm gonna leave on a high note. Thank you for watching the video today. Thumbs up if you liked it. Did it focus on? Thumbs down. If you eat those dinosaurs that swell up in the water, in the bathtub, they're made of rubber and chemicals, and you prefer that because there's a lot of undiscovered nutrients in that we lack in the modern day world. I'll buy one. I'll take it. I'm gonna leave. Thanks for buying a Vegetable Police t-shirt. Have you had poo? Too big? For your own good? Let me know down below. Subscribe for more videos and I'll see you in the next one.